The last year we crossed enormous milestone in the history of the festival. It was festival number 60. And that gives us an opportunity to look back and see what have we accomplished in the last 60 years. And mainly what I managed to accomplish in the last 26 years of being a music director of the Peninsula Music Festival. We start with the numbers, of course, to make it very easy for people to understand. Peninsula Music Festival Orchestra started as a little chamber orchestra of maybe 35 to 38 persons, playing either classical repertoire, which was written for such a size orchestra, or playing contemporary music repertoire written for a chamber orchestra. Today we are double that size, and we are playing major classical repertoire of symphonic orchestra, including all the symphonies of Tchaikovsky, Brahms, Beethoven, Sibelius, and other very, very fine, great composers. What is more importantly for you to understand is that we accumulated great number of members of the orchestra who carry a little pin on their lapel. The pin is given to every member who has been with the festival for more than 25 years. So that speaks for such a patriotic dedication and belonging of our musicians to Peninsula Music Festival. It provides us with such a wonderful continuity and sense of history in our festival. It provides people with opportunity to get together and get closer to one another. By the way, there are now families within the orchestra and families with children, and sometimes we have a picnic and you could count more children of the PMF family. They're actual members of the PMF family, which is also a result of a natural musical process in life, which spills out outside of rehearsals and concerts. As we say, we like to make beautiful music together, right? Anyway, the 60th festival was absolutely outstanding. Everybody loved it, and it was very moving on every possible level. And therefore, I was put before really tall order. What can we offer to our public in festival number 61? And I started to think, in which areas can we make a progress? What can we do different? And I started with analyzing who are concert goers of Peninsula Music Festival. And the first thing which I realized, because I know half of them personally through the years, since they're such die-hard fans of our festival, I started to analyze them, and I came to the conclusion that through so many years of dedicated programming, we actually developed very sophisticated concert goers. So their understanding of classical music is not the same as a person who would by chance turn on a radio and hear symphony orchestra. No, their knowledge is much, much deeper than that. And the reason why I'm saying that, because at the end of each festival, we start a process of selling subscriptions to the next year. But Executive Director Sharon Grutzmacher told me that she already sold over 100 subscriptions right there in the hall before we ever made announcement about programs or guest artists. Therefore, I have achieved my greatest goal, which was to promote the music, the way we play, the quality of the orchestra, and also such an incredible trust in the goodness of music which comes from the stage, that our public does not really need to see, are we playing Sousa marches this summer or no? Because if there is no Stars and Stripes, I am not going. So I'm sorry, but that's not happening with our public. Anyway, and so understanding of the quality and the greatness of our public made me decide on the programs for the next year, which are literally custom made for such a sophisticated listeners. What do I mean by that? Now I've decided to take them on a journey with me towards inner world of each composer, and you will find that many of our concerts will be dedicated to works of one composer. That particular journey will allow me to show our concert goers different stages of writing of each composer, from early works to middle period to late works. And so public will be able to actually recognize the maturity, the spiritual, technical development of each composer. And also what I call finding their own language, finding their own inner self. So that's why I made that interesting change. There are lots of other interesting changes. And last year we featured in our festival 3 young conductors who were really very well received. They did not really conduct the orchestra because I have to take one step at a time. However, they did provide our orchestra and our public and our board of directors and sponsors with this wonderful idea that there are very talented young musicians and conductors in this country who are well prepared to take orchestras and orchestral life in our country to the next decade, next maybe quarter of the century, to provide our public with great optimism about our conducting business here in the United States. And so those young conductors of last year are coming back. And today I have them as my partners in this pre-festival video review. And the first of them is Daniel Black, who is sitting next to me, who will be coming for the first week.